This happened not even a month ago. I'm a high school senior, and I've lived in Nevada my whole life. There's not a whole lot to do here, but my friends and I have always been into urban exploring. Abandoned buildings, old service tunnels, dead malls. If it was forgotten and creepy, we were into it. The one who always found the weirdest places was Charles. He was quiet, mysterious, and never told us how he found half these spots. One day, he sent us a screenshot from the sketchy Instagram account. Low followers, blurry photos, creepy captions. The post just said, "Dozens of abandoned mine shafts in the Mojave Desert, if you know where to look." Apparently, Charles had messaged the account and got a location. That was all he needed. So that Saturday, it was me, Charles, and our friend, James. We didn't have an address, just a pin, somewhere deep in the Mojave. I drove my Wrangler out into the middle of nowhere. No signs, no landmarks, nothing but dust and rocks. Just as we were about to give up, James pointed to a half-collapsed wooden structure built into the side of a slope. It was definitely a mine shaft. We geared up and went inside. The deeper we went, the colder and quieter it got. Eventually, we reached the bottom and found an old tunnel branching off in different directions. Rusted rails, dusty beams. It looked like something from a horror game. Then we heard it. A scraping sound, faint but getting closer. We killed our lights and stood in the dark, then a loud metallic clang, and immediately after, the most horrific scream I've ever heard, inhuman echoing. We ran. I tripped, lost a shoe, and had to climb out half barefoot with splinters shredding my foot. James and Charles practically carried me to the car. We drove straight to the hospital. Tetanus shot, splinter removal, the works. I couldn't walk right for days. A few days later, James wanted to go back to the entrance to look for his wallet. We didn't go inside, but we did find my shoe, torn up, with what looked like bite marks in it. Actual teeth marks. That was incident 1. A couple of weeks later, I went on a desert camping trip with my girlfriend Tikki. We both love the outdoors, especially stargazing. We found a remote spot, legal to camp, no amenities, no other people around. The first 2 nights were perfect, but both nights we heard this weird distant moaning or howling, like an animal in pain. Unsettling, but we chalked it up to desert wildlife. The third night, I woke up to footsteps outside our tent. Slow, steady, not an animal. Then I saw the glow of a lighter through the fabric. Whoever it was lit something, a torch maybe, and then dropped it. A second later, the side of our tent burst into flames. We barely got out in time. Tikki dumped water on the fire while I stomped it out. Half our stuff was ruined. I scanned the area with a flashlight. No one was around. We packed up and started walking toward the truck, hoping we were going the right way. That's when we heard it again. The scream. But this time it didn't stop. Then another scream started, and another, all behind us, dozens of them. We ran. By some miracle, we found the truck and sped off. We called the cops later, but I keep thinking, if I hadn't woken up, we would have burned to death in our sleep. That was incident 2. Now, here's the part that really messes with me. Ever since I was little, I always felt like there were parts of my mom's life she didn't want me to know. She was born in Mexico, moved to the States for school, and never really talked about her past. She'd always dodge questions about her childhood, change the subject, laugh it off. I thought it was just a personal thing. But recently, after those 2 desert incidents, I started doing some digging, and I found something. A few years before I was born, there was this missing persons case in a Mexican border town. 4 American tourists who vanished while exploring old mine trails. The only survivor was a young local woman who claimed something attacked them in the mine. She fled to the US shortly after. The woman in the grainy newspaper photo? I swear it's my mom. And now I'm starting to think all of this. The mine, the scream in the desert, the way she avoids talking about Mexico. It's connected. I'm not saying I believe in monsters or curses, but something's out there. And maybe my mom knows exactly what it is. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe for more real horror stories. And whatever you do, don't go looking for that chair.